Welcome back to GreyWolf TV. We are continuing with the X-Files. We're getting close to the end of season 1 already. This is episode 22. The last one was the first time in the full season that we went back to a previous case with Thomas Eugene Toombs, was it? His name was Toombs anyway. I'm not sure if he got all the other names right. And him getting released because he convinced everyone required that he'd done nothing wrong, and all he needed was one more liver to be able to vanish for another 30 years. So it was nice that we actually got some sort of continuation with this being what it is, a series from the 90s that was episodic and not really a continuation of storylines and progressing our characters' development too much, especially in the first season. Anyway, we're going to keep going, and let's go find out what this is about. Episode 22. Why the hell is there a small girl hanging about in an alleyway? That's dangerous. She lost? Abandoned? What?
Barbala is going to help you find your parents.
Hiya, sweetheart. What's your name?
Michelle.
And where do you live, Michelle? Here in Buffalo?
She has no emotion on her face. What the fuck just happened? That made me jump. Oh hell. Did you make him jump? Ooh. That's completely unexplained.
My brother. My brother's a cop. Baltimore. He told me about your work on the Toombs case. He said you got a good feel for things out of the ordinary.
You said there was one witness, a little girl. What did she say happened?
She said there was another man in the room.
Well, it stands to reason that somebody...
I was right outside. I'm telling you, there was nobody else there except for Barbala and the kid.
Was his hair dark like mine or lighter like yours?
Like mine.
Whoa, what happened? Weird.
She happened.
I didn't even hit a key.
She says she sees things that I can't see. She hears people yelling in her head.
Oh, and check for burns or lesions on Barbala's body.
Why?
Psychokinesis is usually associated with an electrical charge.
I have no idea who this man is.
I'm not sure whether she's just
Could
made that
Michelle have
up.
fabricated him?
Yeah.
Quite possibly. As with many dissociative disorders, the intensity of the patient's emotions is often too much for one personality to process. In most cases, it's a traumatic event in the patient's past.
And in Michelle's case?
She doesn't have one.
But after a number of sessions with her parents, I became convinced that there was something else behind Michelle's anxiety. Something much deeper.
Okay, well, in the meantime, how have you been treating Michelle?
Well, the Thorazine has been quite effective in regulating her more bizarre behavior.
I'm sure.
Note.
What
Raised.
the hell is that?
Lesion approximately 7 centimeters below sternum.
What did Mulder say? Burn
Deep
pan?
necrosis inconsistent with cause of death as pronounced by Dr. Gilder. Looks like a match.
Oh, it does.
Yeah.
Who's
Name's
he?
Charlie Morris. Officer Charlie Morris used to work narcotics out of the 2-7.
Do you know him?
No, before my time.
Now, Mulder, if you're going to tell me that you think Michelle Bishop saw a poltergeist.
Hey, you're the one that found the lesion on Barbala's body. You said it could have been caused by an intense concentration of electrothermal energy.
Which means that there weren't any ghosts flying around the precinct.
Do you have the police report describing Morris's death?
Yeah, I have what's been declassified. Why?
Does it describe how he was murdered?
His arm was severed just below the shoulder, presumably by a chainsaw, and his right eye was gouged out.
There you go.
That's
He's
what
spot
Michelle
on.
did to a dozen dolls in her shrink's office. Hell
Why
of a
is Mulder
coincidence,
so
wouldn't you
good at
say?
this?
Now, before we discount anything, I think we should find out more about Charlie Morris.
Yeah, we rode together his first 9 months out of the academy.
What can you tell us about the circumstances surrounding his death?
What's all this about?
We believe that the death of Detective Rudy Barbala yesterday can be linked to the death of Officer Morris 9 years ago.
Best we can figure, it was some kind of payback.
For what?
Well, around that time, the Organized Crime Division was doing a major sweep in Chinatown. I think they picked a cop. Any cop, and they whacked him.
Is it me, or did we just get the brush off?
Yeah.
Did you notice her hands?
What?
She said she was sleeping, but her hands were dusted with baking flour.
They start sniffing around too much, they're gonna turn something up.
Relax. They're just people, like us, going through the motions. There's only 2 of us left now. That's over $1 million each.
Take it all, I don't care. Do your dream on the beach in Costa Rica or wherever the hell it is you want to do it.
Excuse me, but what if you should break your neck on the shore or lose your leg in a car crash?
Holy shit, look at that.
What?
Huh. Oh, it's not gonna let bus driver stop. It's hung him. Thought he might have gone under, it's not, it's hung him. Wow. And what, pray tell, did that? We didn't see. I was about to say we didn't see anything.
All we know is that your daughter has witnessed 2 deaths in the past 2 days.
Yeah.
She's only 8 years old. She couldn't have possibly have done anything.
Mrs. Bishop, no one is accusing Michelle of anything.
4 cops.
Yeah.
3 of whom are now dead.
Yeah.
Their only connection being a drug bust in Chinatown almost 9 years ago.
That's what
A
it's
little girl
about.
from Orchard Park.
Well, for one thing, Fiore said he only knew Barbala by reputation.
Right. So why would he say that?
Tony Fiore checked out this afternoon.
Huh.
Mrs. Fiore, did your husband ever mention a detective by the name of Rudy Barbala or an ex-police officer named Leon Felder?
I don't think so.
Charlie?
My first husband, he was born in Japan. His father was stationed there.
Wait, what?
Not Charlie Morris, Tony's ex-partner.
Yeah,
What?
I was waiting for him to come home, too, 9 years ago. The only animal he never got to was the giraffe. See, right there behind the zebra.
Do me a favor, Mulder, let me say it. Reincarnation.
Metempsychosis, transmigration, re-embodiment, call it what you will. Well, individuals with strong past life memories often exhibit enhanced psychic abilities, ESP, telekinesis.
So where does that leave us?
One short step away from proving the pre-existence of the human soul.
Okay.
No, we can't. We can't do this. It's wrong.
What's
There you
wrong?
go.
What can't you do? It's all right. You can trust me.
No, I can't. I can't.
You can trust me.
They just left.
We almost had it, Scully.
Yeah, you
We were
did.
right there.
I know.
We'll have to try it again.
Mrs. Bishop won't go for that, not in this lifetime anyway.
You have to change your mind.
Let's just say that by some small miracle, you managed to convince Michelle's mother, and the next hypno-regression provides you with everything you could possibly hope for. No grand jury is going to listen to that kind of testimony.
And how old are you?
24. No, we can't. Tony!
No, it's probably her. Oh, there's the giraffe.
I don't know how much of this noise I can clean up. It depends on the strength of the latent image.
There's not a lot there.
Well, apparently, Charlie Morris did not die as a result of his wounds. It says here there's a frothing of fluid in the respiratory tract.
Except for what?
The marked bradycardia. It indicates a raised plasma sodium level. He was killed in seawater.
The fish tank in their house, it showed it us. Was his head put in there until he was drowned?
Tell me what's going on.
Will you please just do what I'm asking you? Please. I'm your husband, and I love you, and I need you to trust me on this, okay?
I don't know what that is. That is
Almost
the
there.
little model thing in the fish tank. It will have been
What I've done is to
the
map
last thing he saw
appearance.
as he was drowning with his head in the tank.
Coefficient. Like this. Presto.
See?
talk some sense into you. What was I supposed to do, huh?
Not go along with it?
All you had to do was take the money, man. Why didn't you just take the money?
Come on, hurry up. I want you to witness this.
I can't get out! Who's there? I can't get out!
I knew what they did to Charlie.
There you go.
I was a part of it and I never said anything.
Is he gonna go now?
Please don't hurt him anymore.
I knew that was gonna go.
Closing entry, file number
We're
X40271.
only gonna know.
Detective Anthony Fiore pleaded guilty yesterday in federal court to charges of first-degree murder after the fact, although their complicity in the murder of Officer Charlie Morris has been definitively established. No charges were brought against Michelle Bishop, who today took her first swimming lesson. End of Field Journal, April 19, 1994. Agents of record, Fox Mulder and Dana Scully. Status,
Closed.
unexplained.
It's gonna stay that way. Shit. Okay, so that was episode 22. That was different. Quite different. So, case remains unexplained. Closed, in effect, but unexplained. The only sole surviving person from this was him, who was pleaded guilty in court. We'll probably go and do God knows how many years for it. But as regards Mulder getting anything concrete or significant to prove what the fuck just happened, no. And Scully's right with what she said. Even if you get all what you want here and we can prove everything you feel is going on here, this is the problem with the X-Files. No court in the land is going to permit this through the door. It wouldn't even get that far. It wouldn't be a case of it being a laughingstock in a Crown Court. It would never get to one. Because it's so absurd, and it would significantly change the balance of how humans perceive death. So, what are you going to do? I was right one thing though. I was trying to work it out bit by bit as we were going along. Was it the girl? Was it him? Was it a ghost that was accompanying her? Is she possessed of some kind? I mean, what was she, in effect? Was he just controlling her? Using her corporeal body as a vessel? Was he a ghost that was using her to move around? We have no damn answers. And we're not going to get any. Because she appears now to not remember anything and can probably now have a normal life. There is no way the mother is going to permit you to any more deep regression therapy, which is what he went through with his sister. So, I enjoyed the episode though, and I picked up on the little deep sea diver thing in the fish tank. As soon as Scully said about the sea water, and then we got that caption on screen, it all just clicked into place. So, what I was saying in that episode as well was, when it came to the doll thing, Mulder picks up on stuff so quickly, far quicker than most would, which is why he was determined to be the FBI's golden boy until he went down this route, because they saw something in him that they don't see 99.9% of agents. His deductive reasoning, his way he makes his connections. He knew with that doll instantly, before it was even mentioned, just by having it and going, what actually, can you tell me the state of what his body was in? Give me the gritty details. And the minute she said the left arm and the right eye, it just fell into place. Right, so I think that's pretty much it for this episode. I like that Toombs was mentioned again at the beginning of this with the female detective, Janice from Friends, saying that's how she'd heard of them being able to investigate unexplained stuff. So we will be back with episode 23 next. If you want to watch this in full length, it will be available to both people on Patreon and channel memberships. All you need to do is check the link in the description for Patreon. And if you want to watch it on the channel itself, all you need is a Wolf channel membership. And to find out more details about that, just click on the join tab on the channel and take it from there. Right, by all means, post your questions down below, post your comments down below. I will be back for episode 23, which I believe is the penultimate episode to season 1. We've flown by the first season already, but there's a long way to go. So if you enjoy the X-Files and you're not already subscribed, guys, I would very much appreciate it if you hit that sub button, and I hope to see you back here for the next episode. So until then, thanks a lot for watching. See you for the next one.